Uh, yes, thank you so much for the nice introduction of me. I am very thankful to the principal, Anna Saheb Dange College of Pharmacy, Dr. R.B. Jadhav sir, Chief Coordinator and Coordinator Jagtap sir, Patil sir, Shashikant Upadhyay sir, who is coordinating this slide webinar, and Sanjana sir. Thanks to Niranjan Patil sir, who has invited me and coordinated me from 2-3 weeks. So I am very thankful to all of you, and good morning to all the students and the faculties who have listening this webinar. So welcome you all once again from my side also. So today's as you all know, the today's topic of my first students, I'm telling you, this is not a seminar. It is actually, it's an interactive session from my point of view. So we start with. So topic is recent trends in industrial pharmacognosy. Sir Upadhyay sir, is it okay now?
Yes,
it
madam.
Is visible to everyone?
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes. Okay. So recent trends in industrial pharmacognosy. Myself, Dr. Swati Deshmukh from Siddhant College of Pharmacy. So let us start with the topic, that is recent trend in industrial pharmacognosy. I will give you brief introduction of this. It is nothing but a correlation between the industry and the pharmacognosy, or you all know the pharmacognosy is related to the herbs or the study of the herbs, and how we can correlate with the industry. Here I am going to tell you towards all of you. So nowadays the COVID-19 awareness pandemic is we are fighting against this COVID-19, but it seems that the general layman or the common people, they are moving towards the herbs to improve their immunomodulating activity, or as an immune booster. They are using that herbs for as a immune boosters, as well as I'm telling you that Ayush Ministry of India has also given prescribed some herbs in regards of the immune booster activity, like you all, I think you are aware of this, like tulsi, turmeric, honey, cinnamon, ginseng, and this cinnamon, cardamom and all. This all will give you the immune booster agent. So randomly people are using such type of herbs without prescription of any practitioners and all. So I think that's why that is the best example to rely on the herbs over the common people can easily be rely on these herbs, as well as compared to the alternative system of medicines like Ayurveda and Unani, homeopathic, is all these all they can give their own means medicines towards this pandemic. But if I am telling you that pharmacognosy, the herbs which are using nowadays, the belief or the faith of the herbs from the of the common people over these herbs is very much important. So now come to the next slides. Now in this recent trend in industrial pharmacognosy, I am covering some following content, that is the introduction, yesterday's, today's and tomorrow of industrial pharmacognosy, molecular techniques used in industrial pharmacognosy, what are the yesterdays of pharmacognosy in industry, what are the today's of pharmacognosy in industry, terms of industry. So this I am will tell you in brief in the next slide, in the coming slide. Molecular techniques in industrial pharmacognosy, their planning and development of new herbal preparation. What are the planning as well as the formats or the development protocols are going on over the herbal preparation, that we will discuss. Herbal medicines in industrial market, what are the status of herbal medicine in international or Indian market, we will discuss. Herbal drug discovery challenges and perspectives, what are the challenges nowadays researchers facing, and what are the perspectives of herbal drug discovery, we can discuss in this webinar. Um, Medicinal plant part exported from India and exported this I will cover in, because of just for means what is our status and what are the other countries' status in regards of the industrial pharmacognosy. Steps involved in drug discoveries, कौन कौन से steps involved हो सकते हैं drug discovery के लिए, और development of new molecules वो भी हम यहाँ पे पढ़ेंगे. Various strategies for the discovery of the drugs from natural sources, कौन कौन से strategies follow करते हैं researchers. Researchers, not even that the pharmacognosis is the only researcher. When we develop a new drug moiety, various fields get involved to find out the new molecules, like you can say the microbiologists are there, the taxonomists are there, the analysts are there, the means your pharmaceutical means pharmacologists are there, clinical researchers are there. So this is an interdisciplinary topic in which all the researchers will get together to form a new molecules or the new moiety. Now next is the various strategies for the discovery of drugs from natural sources. कौन से strategies follow करते हैं, कौन से techniques follow करते हैं, कौन से criteria they are following for the discovery of the new drugs. Evaluation of biodrug formulation. Biodrugs, that means biomolecules or the bioactive constituent which can be isolated from the herbs and used for the formulation of the new product or new formulations. Next is the standardization and the quality parameters or the quality control of herbal. So I think this is it is almost I am covering all the topics for to explain what is the role of pharmacognosy and in correlation with the industry. So coming to the when we come to the introduction part, we will everyone's has the question came to everyone's mind that what is the future of the pharmacy in industry, what are the pharmacognosy nowadays in industry. So why it is gaining proper popularity all over the India and all over the world, because the when we are using normally we are using tulsi at our home, so we can randomly take tulsi in our daily lives. Why? Because we know it has some medicinal property. But as compared to हम अगर alternative system of medicine देखेंगे in means allopathic dosage form, it is having one drug, one response property. But in Indian, I mean in herbs, there is one drug, there is several properties. For example, tulsi is having antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, so many anti-cancerous property, and best immunomodulator property it is having. So we are randomly use herbal drugs in our daily routine. So again, why it is gaining popularity? Because we know the therapeutic value of the drug, the response of the drug, their physicochemical properties of the drug. It is therapeutic value. So that's, and because of less or adverse side effect, we are in faith of these herbal drugs. Now next is the means what is the role of traditional system of medicines in India. Nowadays medicinal plant they can be prescribed in herbal pharmacopoeia or the Indian pharmacopoeia. So many compounds of the herbs list are mentioned over there in Charasamhita or the Rasayana for the betterment of means their properties of the herbs. And not only in India, we have 2,500 of species which are prescribed. Hello. Hello. Which are prescribed. Yes, sir. हेलो.
हाँ हेलो, लिसनेबल मैडम.
हाँ वो स्लाइड पे कुछ राइटिंग हुई, मेरे को लगा कुछ प्रॉब्लम है.
No.
Okay.
इंट्रोडक्शन स्लाइड चल रहा है
हाँ, इंट्रोडक्शन स्लाइड चल रहा है, राइट. सो
मैम. कंफर्टेबल
अच्छा
स्लाइटली थोड़ा हिंदी.
अच्छा, ओके, चलेगा सर, चलेगा.
स्टूडेंट्स आर कंफर्टेबल
यस
फॉर
यस,
दैट.
ठीक है, ठीक है. सो अगर हम बात करेंगे डब्ल्यू एच ओ के थ्रू पूरे वर्ल्ड में 21,000 हर्बल स्पीशीज मेंशन किए उन्होंने. उसमें से हमारे इंडिया में 2500 जो इंडियन हर्ब्स हैं, दे कैन बी वेरी मच यूज्ड नाउअडेज. एंड उसमें भी 150 ऐसे हर्बल ड्रग्स हैं जो कि मीन्स लार्ज स्केल में हम यूज करते हैं और एक्सपोर्ट भी करते हैं वहां से. मीन्स वी आर यूजिंग इन वेरी मच अमाउंट. सो दैट्स व्हाई इंडिया को हम बॉटनिकल गार्डन, इंडिया को बॉटनिकल गार्डन ऑफ इंडिया स्पीशीज. एज यू ऑल नो, each and every plant species has their own medicinal value. अगर आप छोटा से छोटा फॉर्न का प्लांट लेंगे या बड़े से बड़ा बिग ट्री लेंगे, that is each and every part is having a medicinal property. You all know very well. And approximately 60% of our medicines are from plant origin. अगर हम natural origin की बात करेंगे तो natural origin we can obtain from the mineral source, marine source, plant source. So 60% of our drug can be find out from the plant origin, as well as the rely of Indian herbs. अगर बोला जाए तो 80% of the developing countries वो herbal system of traditional system of medicine पे believe करती है, और 30% जो developing countries हैं वो traditional system of medicine पे believe करते हैं. Not even that, if go for the introduction, सिर्फ molecule बनाना, उसका research करना by using interdisciplinary content, it is not important. उसका standardization of herbal drug, उसका formulation, उसका quality control, उसके preliminary phytochemical screening, उसके post and preliminary screening, each and everything is involved in the industrial pharmacognosy concept. So better to know better this concept, it is being together that various researchers, in case of the industrial phytochemist, analyst, pharmacognosist, all professions, they can get together, and they can take part in the field of the drug research for the development of the new molecules. Means ऐसा अगर आप बोलोगे कि सिर्फ फार्माकोग्नोसी अगर इंडस्ट्री में यूज होगा और अकेला एक मॉलिक्यूल, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. इट इज अ इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी कंसेप्ट, डिपार्टमेंट वर्क. ईच एंड एवरी साइंटिस्ट, उनका एक अलग रोल रहता है, वो अपना एक अलग पार्ट करते हैं. टेक्सोनॉमी, वो क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ड्रग्स करेगा. फार्माकोग्नोसिस उसके केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज और means extraction, they can standardize and quality control of the drug. So simply I am not get complicated all the things. Simply I'm telling you that natural drugs having its own importance, having its own property, and all the researchers, they can take a challenge of this, and they can improve all the means herbs into the means latest extent. So now come to the next, that is yesterday's, today's, and tomorrow's of industrial pharmacognosy. As I think I have discussed most of the points in this, the exponential growth in the field. Why? Because people will rely on this because of their therapeutic value, because of their use, because of their medicinal property. The exponential growth of medicinal plants or medicine will increases. Role of traditional medicines, why? Because having their less side effects. And distribution of देखा जाए तो India as compared to the other countries, it is more important in India that people, and not even that, अगर देखा जाए तो जो हमारा क्लाइमेटिक जोन है, क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशन है, जहाँ पे मोस्टली इन द साउथ एरिया, तमिल मीन्स आंध्रा, महाराष्ट्र रीजन, the climatic zone is very much well favored for the herbs to produce the plant which is having more and more medicinal property in each and every part. Same, while WHO assumptions, they have prescribed all the medicines into different categories and different numbers according to variety and species. They have classified their medicinal properties of the plant. उसमें भी आपको India and other countries like Chinese medicines, European medicines, they can classify in various ways. Now, role of biodrugs. Biodrugs mean biomolecules, the phytoconstant which are obtained from the plant drug. And next slide में हम देखेंगे planning and development, herbal drug discovery challenges, classification of herbal medicines in India market, export, import, drug discoveries, drug discovery and development and evaluation of the biodrug. So this is the yesterday's, tomorrow's and industry, tomorrow and future of herbal industry. Now next is the molecular techniques in industrial pharmacognosy. So molecular techniques in industrial pharmacognosy which can convert the biomaterial into the medicine. When we talk about the molecular technique, the concept come in our mind is that how the herbal drug will be converted into the medicines, and the researcher will take this at a positive way, that or in the positive directions. Means the small botanical molecule will convert it into the means a drug or the formulations. So it needs so many expertise, not even a single researcher. There will be so many expertise or protocols or techniques are used for the formulation as well as the standardization of the drug. So here I am mentioning that use of the biomolecule biomarkers. Biomarkers, why it is important, biomarkers, why it is important biomarkers, because if randomly you have selected, if you are doing any research, अगर आप कोई सा भी research करते हैं और आपको सिर्फ मालूम है कि इसमें एक particular property होती है, chemical property, but you don't know the protocols or the techniques, so in that case आप लोग क्या करते हो, you are doing the literature search of similar molecules as well as the similar compound कि उस drug पे या फिर उस molecule पे कितना work हुआ है. अगर उसमें sufficient work you have find out and sufficient protocol you have find out, so you can follow that procedure, and up till that, because you are doing a innovative research, आपका खुद का एक research है, तो आप लोगों को वो एक extent तक ही आपको एक idea दे पाएगा. But the use of the molecular biomarkers means it is required for the standardization of the quality control of the drug. The use of biomarkers indicates it is standardized your phytoconstant at the genes or the protein level, and nowadays, as you all know, that for the production of the primary metabolites or the secondary metabolites, various biosynthetic pathways are involved for the conversion of primary to secondary metabolites. That's why the biomarker is used as a they can also play a better role as a precursor, also involved in the standardization of the drug. So here I am mentioning the application of the biomarkers in herbal drug technology. Don't get confused in the biodrugs and the biomarkers. Biomarkers is the standardized drug which आप जिससे आपके molecules को standardize करते हो. It is nothing but a precursor, as well as it can also helpful for finding out the end product, or also involved also required for the checking of the means quality control parameters. Next is the molecular markers are used for the standard. Here I am mentioning the pharmacodynamic biomarkers and the pharmacogenomic biomarkers. So pharmacodynamic biomarkers, it is required for the discovery of the new diagnostic molecules for the therapeutic responses, as well as it is also required for the elucidations of the means quality control parameters, as well as the mode of action of the means herbs. Means pharmacodynamic, the word is familiar in your pharmacology part, so it is required for the finding out the therapeutic value as well as the mode of action for the drug. So biomarkers, this all is required for the standardization purpose. Next is for pharmacogenomic biomarkers. The pharmacogenomic biomarkers में मैंने जैसे बोला कि we can get in this it is used to predict the side effects during the preclinical or the postclinical studies, and it is also used for the identification of the genes and proteins which can involve in the drug sensitivity as well as for the benefits of the herbal drugs. So there is for example for finding out the mode of action of drug, various techniques are get involved. आपने पढ़ा होगा PCR techniques, some means hybridization techniques are involved to find out the means pharmacokinetic or pharmacodynamics of the drugs by using the biomarkers. PCR techniques of polymeric chain reactions, random amplified polymeric DNA are there. This method is also used for the identification of the gene sensitivity or the drug sensitivity, as well as amplified target length polymorphism is also involved. This is again one of the technique. So these are the role of the biomarkers for the standardization. That is, first one is the pharmacodynamic biomarkers, and second is the pharmacogenomic biomarkers. Now, the evaluation of biodrug formulation. Biodrug, आप उसको simply ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं for the evaluation of phytoconstituents formulation. So several technical expertise is required for the biodrug formulations. And now expertise in the sense the areas involved are ethnobotany, ethnopharmacology, botanical pharmacognosy, natural product chemistry, phytochemistry, analytical pharmacognosy. So these are the various different areas of the various field which can be used for the evaluation of the biodrug formulation. As you all know, the ethnobotany, it deals with the people. Ethno deals with the people, the study of the people, and the botany is the study of the plant. So there will be a correlation between the people and the plant. And first of all, means I'm telling that ethnobotany deals with the means study of from small plants to higher plants also, and each and every part get involves in the phytochemical studies. Means प्लांट का इतना बॉटली में आप एक प्लांट का कोई भी पार्ट, एक छोटे छोटे पार्ट से लेके मीन्स इट इज आइदर मीन्स लीफ हो सकता है, स्टेम हो सकता है, रूट हो सकता है, बार्क हो सकता है. Each and every part you are using for the isolation or the means extraction of phytoconstituent from the plant, and the use of that chemical property towards the people. That's why we can use some taxonomical parameters we can also use over here, as well as we all know that the evaluation of biodrug formulation is a multidisciplinary field. So botany, the mycology, the taxonomy, or anthropology, that all field are means get involved for the evaluation of. That's why we can say that is a technical expertise is required. Now second is the ethnopharmacology. Ethnopharmacology, in which the it is the innovative approach of the discovery and the botanicals, and it requires it is having a capacity to modulate one or the more targets, and it can also use for the alterations of the metabolic pathways. And in this field some new research is also get highlighted, that is known as the poly or network pharmacology, in which the computer expertise is get highlighted for the finding out the mode of action of the herbal drugs, as well as the network pharmacology. It includes some pharmacodynamic studies. We can extract the red blood cells along with the study of the HPTLC studies. Means उसका जो herbs का जो reactions हैं, we can easily be find out by using the means itna pharmacological parameters or the itna botanical parameters. So in common sense, we can say that it is a correlation between the bioactive drugs, the targeted diseases as well as genes. Means किसी भी ड्रग का एक टारगेट सेट किया जाता है, मीन्स बायोएक्टिव मॉलिक्यूल्स का और द बायो मॉलिक्यूल्स का टारगेट सेट होता है उसमें, एज वेल एज वी कैन फाइंड इट कैन directly be act on the disease and the genes which get involved in this. So best example, already it is more popular, is the morphine from opium poppy, quinine from Syncona, and digitoxin from digitalis. Nowadays the hydrochloroquine is very much popular for this corona disease. So this is what, nothing but an anti-malarial drug. So next is the botanical pharmacognosy. Again, pharmacognosy, the botanical parts get involved, like it is related to the plant taxonomic, chemotaxonomical characters of pharmacognosy. Again, next is the natural product chemistry. Natural product chemistry get involved the fundamentals of the means product development. It is a very challenging task nowadays, and why we use means natural product chemistry part, because it enhances the bioavailability, it enhances the means probiotic or prebiotic activities. It gets involved in herbal dietary supplements ratios, as well as means when we talk about the natural product chemistry part, पहले ऐसा सोचा जाता था कि means जो भी research part है, that can be carried out only in the college or university labs, but nowadays by applying the natural product chemistry expertise, खुद की industries में भी product chemistry, products development labs are available. They can do their research by finding out the integrity of the molecules, as well as means their metabolic rate of the molecule, the drug response of the molecules, as well as techniques involves like not even in prebiotics or probiotics, some biopharmaceuticals, some means okay, skin permeation enhancers, skin modulators, sorry, biomodulations. Some, these are the various parameters which are involved in the natural product chemistry. Now second is the phytochemistry. Next one is the phytochemistry or the analytical pharmacognosy. So it is as you are a pharmacy student, you all know very well about the phytochemistry part. I think phyto means plant and the chemistry means the chemical constituents which are responsible for the activity. So this is a very important for part for normal people also, for the researchers also, for pharmacists also. So the use of the, and why we are using, because the use of the phyto constant for the health benefits, and because it is having less side effects, more therapeutic values, and it is easy to standardize. We can do quality control parameters in that. Some biochromatography analytical techniques are also available. Simply pharmacognosy और analytical pharmacognosy अगर बोला जाए तो आपके दिमाग में एक ऐसा concept आता है कि we are using the herbs and we are isolating one chemical constants from that, and by using the extraction and isolation, and उसका pre-extraction means pre-formulation standardization क्या होगा, उसका post extraction standardization और quality control parameters क्या होंगे, analytical pharmacognosy part में आप standardization जब करते हो तो how you can isolate, how you can separate your phytoconstituent. अगर देखा जाए तो एक ही drug में multiple type of phytoconstituents available होते तो अगर if it is responsible for one phytoconstant activity, so for that case what you are doing, you are performing the chromatography for the separation of phytoconstituents, right? So to analyze, to separate or isolate commonly we know the chromatography techniques are there. TLC are there, column chromatography, HPTLC, and for the structural elucidation of the characterization, we have some HPLC, HPTLC, IR, NMR, mass. So now ये सब के साथ में एक आप बोल सकते हो कि बायोक्रोमेटोग्राफी is also means booming nowadays, like means biochromatography means plasma cell membrane जो है, that will be red cells can be isolated from human body and it can be used together with the phytochemicals, and we can do the TLC or sorry HPLC of that. So this is now again new techniques arising. So this is the short means you can say brief description about the evaluation of biodrug formulation. Means what is the importance, because we have the bioactive compound we can use as bioactive precursors for the rapid development of secondary metaboloids. Markers are used as the precursors for the standardization of the drug. It is also important to screen or analyze the biodrugs for quality control and standardization. It is also used for the elucidation and mode of action of the of phytoconstituent or the pharmacological studies. So this is a brief about the evaluation of the biodrug. Now let us discuss about the schematic representation of the planning and development of new herbal preparation. So planning and development of new herbal preparations means and highlighted from this, that is the new phytoconstituent generated by using various procedures, that is the market analysis and the literature review. Means once you are studying the new drug molecules, you must know the status of the current status of the herbs which you are using. You also know the availability of the drugs available in the means which market, and if you are studying for new drug molecules, you must go for the literature review. Secondly, the formulation of the phytoconstituent recipes means the formulation. अगर आप किसी drug का कर रहे हो, किसी molecule का आप find out कर रहे हो, तो you must know the protocols, you must know the back history of that, you must know the plant pharmacognosy, the pharmacological part, the mode of action part, and the recipe in the sense the formulation of the means phytoconstituents as well as the therapeutic value, why you are developing such molecules. The next is the means laboratory testings of the raw materials and the extractive preparations. Means this is again means a preliminary phytochemical test of the raw material before the formulation. From the it's a preliminary phytochemical study before extraction we bolte hain, and it involves some physicochemical test, some solubility test, some fluorescent analysis will be there, and yes sir, and the extractive preparation. Now next is the phyto preparation, the production for the defining of the packages. Means it required some technical expertise, some extraction, isolation protocols, standardization protocols, some characterization protocols. And next is our phyto preparation and the quality control. So as you all know, in your lab you have done the microscopy of the means plant drug, that is known as raw materials, physicochemical properties, like आपने किया होगा आपके लैब में some chemical test of alkaloids, glycosides, they are nothing but secondary metabolites. So उसके test like Mayer's, Hager's kind of alkaloids and all, and again it is involved in the quality control parameters of the product. Now technology and the registered documents, why it is means required for the you can find out the success rate of the means the process, how much is the success rate of your procedure that can be registered and documented, and technology you are using, it can be monitored. Next is the protection of intellectual property. Why intellectual property? Because जो भी आप काम कर रहे हो वो सही कर रहे हो और that is not be means steal or stolen by anyone, or it can be unique. So the protection is done by the intellectual property. And introduction of the final product in the regular productions. मीन्स कोई भी ड्रग डिस्कवरी करने के लिए हम एकदम डायरेक्ट ही इंडस्ट्रियल स्केल पे नहीं करते हैं. वी कैन डू इट इन अ पायलट स्केल और द स्मॉल स्केल. So we have developed, we try to develop a formula in the lab scale or the pilot scale. Then only, then only you can go for the phyto preparation if you have such ideas as we have mentioned. So you can get successful new varieties by using this preparations. So this is a short representation of the planning and development. It is not means these are the points and you will get. It requires more expertise, more protocols, more techniques and technologies required. Now class herbal medicines in international market. So it is basically based upon the two properties. Herbal medicines classification is based on two properties. That the first is the based on the property of. So area wise, when we come to the Arabic region, Indian herbology, Chinese and Western, so they can rely on their own protocol. They can rely on their own area locality herbs. The same in case of Indian herbology, it is the oldest healthcare system in the world. Where our ancestors, they can also rely on the means herbs for the various systems of medicine, alternative system of medicine, or in Ayurveda, they can mention most of the means means standard books like Charasamhita, Veda. In Veda, they have mentioned the herbal system in for improving the healthcare system. Like Chinese herb, they are most forward and influential nowadays in the world. Now, Western herbology, they can use the herbal clinics, expertise in institutions, knowledge of preserved by this. It is required not only for the healing as well as oral traditional for European and Native Americans of herbs. Now, based on the property of herbal medicines, so these are the three basic criteria: theoretical herbs, empirical herbs, and the modern herbs. So empirical herbs, locally we are using the herbs that will consider under the by the community or the region, that will be considered under the empirical herbs. Theoretical herbs means वो herbs जो कि already पहले से use हुए हैं और they can be documented in this by their special theories in as per the WHO guidelines बोल सकते हो, या फिर आप standard reference में mentioned है, that is the theoretical herbs. And the modern herbs is means that they are the modified form of herbs by the shapes, doses, form, the preparation and medical indication. Varies means in the when we go for the means phytochemistry, some structure activity relationship means protocols they have followed to improve the means property or give the synergistic effect for the phytoconstant. So here we are using the modern herbs in that case. Now next is your herbal drug discovery challenges and perspectives. Means अगर आप कोई herbal drug को discover करने जाते तो आपको क्या challenges आ सकते हैं and what are their perspectives. So here we are mentioning the phytogeographical variation will also interfere with the biological activities. Means जैसे मैंने बोला कि इंडिया में means in south areas or in Maharashtra, अगर आप higher altitudes में जाएंगे and Kashmir higher altitude के तरफ, so we have means we have variation in geographical parameters that can also changes the physicochemical therapeutic value of the drug, as well as your yield value of will also differ by using. So keep in mind when you are discovering any drug, that is very important. Now phytochemical will lead to the good medicines, as well as it is very cost effective nowadays because of their less side effects. It will give the proper response to the human being. And, again, when we talk about the herbs as a source and minimize the cost of the drug discovery. So अगर आप कोई डिस्कवरी कर रहे हो एंड उसकी कॉस्ट ही बहुत ज्यादा हो रही है, so what is the worth of that discovery? That is also the important point of the researcher. और कई ऐसे ड्रग्स रहते हैं that is very costly but it is having more potential and therapeutic value, and it is the required for the demand of the society or the people. So that is also important for being a part of that research. So herbal drug discovery is that can be fulfill the healthcare needs. It can also use to search the new lead molecules, increases the incidence of the drug toxicity. अगर आप कोई research कर रहे हैं and response दे रहा है but it is not giving you the proper or sufficient response and giving the sufficient or beneficial response is different and easily available source. अगर आपने आपका रिसर्च वर्क स्टार्ट कर दिया है एंड एट मिडिल यू डोंट हैव अ सोर्स ऑफ एनी your herbs, so that is again, so proper planning, proper estimation, proper technique, proper technology, proper mindset is important for the drug discovery. And by using this various challenges the people nowadays facing, and they can also outcome from that challenges. And estimated pharma market in 2022 is that this side is 1.12 billion. So what I'm mentioning here, because this is nowadays herbal drug popularity is increasing day by day. So now we will move to the next. Now this is all about the medicinal plant exported from India and imported from plant that I have mentioned here. These are the botanical names, the part used like curcuma longa, rhizomes, cassia leaves. This is the regular root part. These are the most common that herbs which are exporting, and these are the same import from other, that is aloe vera, cinnamon, curcuma, America, Naxvomica, Phyllanthus. These all, and one thing keep in mind means here it is mentioned that rhizomes fruits, these are the means part use, but ऐसा नहीं है कि इसी part में medicinal property होगी. इसके the drugs is having, all part is having their medicinal property, but the most the major amount of field value as well as the medicinal properties are available in such parts. So these are the status, you can say, hypothesis of the medicinal plant export and import from India. Now, the various steps involved in the drug discovery and development process, this is very, very important to study the drug development of a phytomolecules. That is, first is the discovery and development of drug, clinical research, clinical development, FDA reviews, and the post-market monitoring. So let us study in the detail. So this is a 5-step process: early drug discovery, clinical studies, clinical development, FDA reviews, and post-market monitoring. So when we talk about the drug discovery, so how, why, firstly, so you keep in mind that why we are doing research work, and उसका क्या आगे response होगा. So this is required for the why we are doing, how new molecules are generated, why these molecules we are discovering, what are the identifications of active constituents, or what are the role of the small molecules or the natural product, or what are their therapeutic values, and what as we can फाइंड आउट ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल फ्रॉम रिवर्स फार्माकोलॉजी. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि आपको ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल्स मालूम नहीं रहता, बट पेशेंट की कंडीशंस आपको मालूम है, तो यू कैन डू द रिवर्स फार्माकोग्नोसी फॉर डेवलपिंग अ new moiety. And same is the oral bioavailability in the drug development. Bioavailability means amount of drug will reaches to the target site from various modes. Insufficient means it is reached at the instant level, or means required level. So that is again the target identification involves the gene as well as protein identification for the means finding out the therapeutic agent, and it can play an important role in the disease. And nowadays the researchers uses this target identification and validation method for functional group analysis, genetic manipulations, antibiotic identification, genomics and all, STI, STS, assay development and screening, and lead optimization. So STS is the discovery process. Sorry, HIT is a discovery process, target validation, screening and assay development में use होता है. And high throughput screening, that is STS. It is in which we can use the robotics or the data processing control software or liquid handling system for controlling data, as well as the lead compound discoveries. We can synthesize and modify the improved potency of the drug, as well as low side effects. Now, when once the lead optimization is over in early drug discovery, we can transfer our study into the preclinical research like ex vivo assay. In vivo, we can conduct our research in the lab only. Sorry, over the means animals. In vitro, we can conduct this study in the labs. In vivo animal study, not in the means human. Before travel to the human, we can conduct it over the animals like our mice, rats, guinea pigs, dogs, and all. So to get an idea about the response of the therapeutic effect, we can also use the concept ADME, that is absorption ADME concept, metabolism and excretion for drug delivery. Drug delivery means drug delivery of means excellent. हाँ, drug delivery अगर बात करते हैं कि means how we can give the drug to the means animals. So this is the dose are not means we can it is going on in the trial basis. It is not fixed dose, so we can get a trial over here in the drug delivery system. And methods include the oral route, IV route, intramuscular route, and it can control the target as well as the control release of the drug, as well as why we can give the drug to the means animals to prevent the disease by using dose as prescribed. So next is your the formulation and optimization and bioavailability. So it is required to ensure the drug delivery to the proper dose at right time at right concentrations. And bioavailability is required for the drug delivery without the loss of the drug. And IND, investigation new drug delivery, as well as IND application. So IND is required to find out the toxicity of the drug to be reported, dosing, as well as the system. It can also used for the genotoxicity studies, and IND application is filed before when we trial to the FDA review. So next is your step 3 is the clinical development, that is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So it is required for the drug acceleration. If it is required the single drug dose, multiple dose, ascending dose. So drug means dose setting. बोलना means dose means you can say dose decision means आपको कितने dose देनी है, that will be used in the clinical trial method, and it is required for the safety and efficacy, pharmacokinetic analysis as well as bioanalytic method development and validation. Firstly, in phase 1 healthy volunteers है, यहाँ पे आप ध्यान रखेंगे कि preclinical studies में हमने animals पे use किया था, but in case of the clinical development we are using phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 for in human volunteer study. So in phase 1 we are taking minimum less than 100 human volunteer, and we can go for the dose delivery by using various means. In phase 2 and 2 it is having means 100 to 500 patients, so the volunteer we are taking for our study, and to analyze the optimal dose and the strength of the drug, as well as to record the adverse risk of the means dose of the drug. And in phase 3 we are following the 1000 to 500 patients. We are incorporating our new drug molecules and recorded their side effects, adverse effects, as well as dose accuracy, and we can also recorded the therapeutic value of that particular drugs. So once the means clinical development is and most important thing is in third phase 3 means there will be a collaboration of the organization is very much important. Organization in the sense good clinical practice mode we have to follow, IEC and IRB. IEC, that independent ethical committee, as IRB is the institutional review board. They are equally get involved in the clinical development part, because if any failure will occurs, they can be officially be involved in that, and to overcome such thing. And some health insurance portability accountability act is also involved in the clinical development in phase 3 level. So this is it is not a lab scale study. So when we go for a in some higher market, international market, we can all do all such types of parameters, early, preclinical, clinical, and FDA reviews. FDA reviews include NDA, FDA approval, drug registration. So FDA में जाने से पहले, उसके review होने से पहले IND में investigational new drug discovery already हो जाती है. So FDA बस ऐसे review करता है कि what is the availability of the drug in the market, patient की कितनी need है, कितना requirement है, is the potential is depend upon the standards, it is depend upon the necessity of the patient. So FDA will have their own criteria for giving the approval. And the post marketing is FDA reviews by using the companies जब market में launch होती है तो companies को review करने के लिए देते हैं नए drug को, and they can get the feedback from the companies from a particular patient, not for the means large numbers, and to find out the accuracy and safety of the drug. What is the goal of these essential steps for the drug discovery and development is to prevent the human and animal pain, or to improve the health and happiness, and to provide the health and happiness to the means the patients. So this is the short description about the drug discovery and development process. Now, when we come to the herbal drug discovery, I am taking in short as you all know, these are the various multidisciplinary approaches which get involved in the formulation of the pure compound, like information medical approach, phytochemical, taxonomist, and random. Random means whatever the needs get arises, some department get involved. The plant material. Now plant material is collected and it can be extracted by various modes in lab scale as well as industrial scale nowadays, microwave assisted extraction, filter counter, supercritical for scavengers, for oil, volatile oils. Some extraction protocol, high level extraction protocols are used for industrial scale. and that will be when the while taking the separations of the bioassay, biochromatographic techniques of higher level column chromatography or means HPLC, SPLC, the pure compound will form, and it can be further proceed with the toxicology and the structural modification. If you find out that your compound is having that much chemical means the modification means property, and you want to modify it into the some extent level, so some structural elucidation is required, and you can synthesize by using the SAR techniques and all. So this is a short, a very short description about the herbal drug discovery. But the previously we have seen the 5 steps of the discovery and development. That is very important, and that is the procedure we are following nowadays for the discovery of the new molecule. So means this is the baseline, you can say, for the drug discovery. Now I'm giving you the outlook of the herbal drug discovery, collection, identification of plant, and authentication of the herbal. If you have find out your protocol कि क्या आपको invent करना है, तो you can find out your herbs accordingly. Collect and identify the plant, and authentication can be done by some official body. In our Pune, we have the Botanical Survey of India. We can go and authentify a drug by preparing the herbarium. Literature survey and is very much important to analyze the plant species as well as the activity present in the drug. Literature survey क्यों जरूरी है? Because we know about the back researches and what are the further researches we are trying to find out. For that, it is important to literature review. Extraction of the extraction and isolation of phytoconstant is required for what particular type of drug you want after the extraction, and what chemicals, what the solvent it is required, so we can firstly check the solubility profile of that particular raw material, and we can perform our extraction technique by non-polar to polar solvent. Successively, you heard the name successive solvent extraction. And next is the evaluation of plant extract by biological test method. So evaluation of the plant extracts before using the raw material means extraction. Preliminary phytochemical screening of the raw material is also important, as well as after finding the extract of the plant, the chemical testings is also important. So as we discussed that the chromatography is the best method for the separation of the in various extents, and various modified separation techniques are also available, HPLC and all. So this is I'm mentioning. And while conducting the chromatographic analysis, here the biomarkers are available, so it can give you the qualitative data to compare the means phytoconstituents can be given the equal response that can be checked by or investigated by the biomarkers. Structural elucidation using the spectrophotometric techniques by using chemical methods. The researchers can synthesize the biomolecule, and then they can change the structural formula according to their responses for the values. Testing the biomolecule in vitro and in vivo, as we have discussed in the drug discovery. Performing molecular modeling studies as well as phase 1 and phase 2 trials. So this we have discussed. I think you got it very well. Now, while I'm explaining you in short that what are the standardization and the quality control of the herbal drugs. So standardization of herbal drugs include botanical, physical, chemical, biological, organic parameters. If you are a diploma or degree student, you very much know about the organic parameters of the drugs. Like we have performed the tests like color, odor, taste, textures, and fractures in case of the bark in the organic parameters. Botanical, if you find out if you are standardized your drug in the botanical mean, so we can perform microscopic as well as the macroscopic study. qualitative quantitative analysis means particles as well as the powder study. This is micrometric study, you can say. And same in case of macromolecules, the shape, size, external features, markings, cracks, and all this can be observed under the microscopic evaluation. Physical evaluation test includes the physical test like moisture content, find out the analysis of the drug, extractive value, what extent and what amount of extracts you have, find out after the extraction, ash values, fluorescent analysis. This will give a brief protocol for the physical data for the standardization of the drug. Chemical evaluation includes qualitative, quantitative chromatography, radio analysis. We have discussed that not including this heavy words, chemical analysis also includes some chemical tests that you have performed in your laboratory, like test of glycosides, flavonoids, and all these are the basic tests, or test for the solubility. After completing that test, you can perform the qualitative as well as the quantitative analysis. So it will give you a brief idea about the structural illustration of the, for example, in case of means mass spectroscopy, it will gives you the brief introduction about the means molecular weight of the molecules, as well as if you go for the NMR, it will give you the study will give you idea about the means hydrogen and carbon atoms and all. So these are the chemical qualitative and the quantitative parameters. Same as well as the biological point of view, we can conduct the pharmacological, toxicological, as well as microbial. This can be conducted in vivo as well as in vitro studies for the pharmacological studies. So these are the various toxicological means. When this here I am mentioning, you all are familiar with this apparatus that is known as the Soxhlet apparatus, which are very much used for the extraction of the drug. It is having one condenser, the thimble, and the that round bottom flask, that thimble, and the condenser. So we can perform our extraction. This is one of the method. Why I am showing you, because raw material को लेके आप अपना extraction आप molecules find out कर सकते हैं. For the further process, you have to have perform your extraction techniques. So this is one of the extraction techniques I'm using, and for finding out the extraction or the biomolecule, you must know the solubility profile of the particular compound. Because अगर आपको ऐसा ड्रग चाहिए जो कि आपके phytoconstans is available in alcohol and you are using water, so I think it can it can precipitate in water, but if you are using the alcohol and the chloroform, might be it will give you the positive response to towards the drug, or it will reach higher level, or you can say the yield value. So proper choice of the solvent or proper extraction choice of the extraction method, it is also important. So here I am explaining one of the method of the extraction. Now another one for the industrial scale, the microwave extraction techniques will be there, and here they are using for HPLC and for UV for the finding out the total phenolics and total anthocyanin or the flavonoid content. So these are the industrial based instruments which nowadays the researchers are using for their studies. So basic principle, basic criteria is same, but the technology or the techniques or the methods are different. So don't be confused in that case. Now this is you all are familiar with the compounds which are separating out in if alkaloids, की बात करोगे या फिर ग्लाइकोसाइड्स की बात करोगे, तो alkaloids having not a single type of alkaloids are available in single plant, so it can reflect all the types of protopseudo alkaloids in one plate if it is present in the chromatographic layer. So SPTLC will give you the detailed idea about the samples which you are incorporating for the separation. So here I am listing about the parameters for the quality control of herbal drugs. For herbal drugs, what is required and what not to be. So character identification, appearance, taste, odor, solubility, identification of drug like microscopic examination, TLC test, Lawson drawing, that is a physical test, physicochemical test, insoluble total ash, foreign matters, insoluble matters, extractive value. These are the physicochemical tests as well as assay for the identification of essential oils, active constant. So why I am discussing this herbal drugs quality control, because only finding out or extraction of the phytoconstituent from the drug by using technique is not important. Uska quality control or standardization is also important. So किस drug के लिए कौन से parameters use होने हैं, that I'm mentioning it. So again in case of the dye extracts, so standardization for the content of active substances is important, and characters like appearance, identification by TLC, loss on drying method, assay by declared activation methods, liquid extracts, the production method of extraction and the solvent by using the Clevenger in case of the volatile oil, and decoction, diffusion methods for in case of by using the small scale extraction technique, identification by TLC tests like ethanol to propanol. Chromatographic identification test is also required, and in case of the tinctures produces and the content of the active substances. Production, the mode of extraction and the solvent used here are the hydrodistillation methods also using here. Characterizations like appearance, taste, odor, identification for TLC. TLC is very important for preliminary studies because we are using the mobile phase जो भी हम use करते हैं, that is the will gives you the basic guideline for the isolation of phytoconstituent जिसको हमने biodrug भी बोला है, और biomarkers है जिसका हमने standardization and characterization quality control किया है. So don't be confused with these two drugs. And essential oils include the production of extraction and solvent. Means some Accule methods, some means inflorescence method as well as hydrodistillation methods they are using for the essential oils. Characterization by appearance, odor, solubility, some आपके means ash value for physicochemical properties we can identified by the essential oil as well as rancidity and all. Identification by using the TLC and the chromatographic profile. जो भी आप solvent लेते हो TLC के लिए, you can preferably use for the column chromatography because it will give you a short idea about the solvents to be used in the column chromatography as well as the SPTLC. As well as in case of the essential oils, the most important is to find out the relative density, relative refractive index, optical rotation, and the chromatographic profile. So this is about the. I think you can make it clear that this drug discovery in by using the pharmacognosy in the industry required so many parameters, various steps it can be involved. What is the role of biomarkers for the standardization and quality control? What process they are using, why they are using, what are the utility rate, what are the status, what are the approaches. So this I'm going to inculcate in this presentation. And here I am mentioning that this is my work as I was in when I was studying, when I was in research. So this is the anti-genotoxic effect of the Morea conjugate toward the cyclophosphamide induced cytotoxic damage. So this study, जैसा आपको फार्माकोडायनामिक बायोमार्कर्स का मैंने आपको बताया था, उस जगह हमने जीनोटॉक्सिसिटी लेवल पे बात करी थी. तो यहाँ भी मैंने जेनेटिक स्टडी फाइंड आउट की है फॉर मुरे कोनी कड़ी पत्ता जिसको हम बोलते हैं. And we have given the means radiotherapy. We can use radiotherapy as well as chemotherapy over the means mice, white mice means mice, Swiss albino mice, and we can given the Murea Koenig along with the radiation and the chemotherapeutic agents. So the role of the जब for example one identification I will give, जब कैंसरस सेल्स को हम कोई भी ड्रग देते हैं like cyclophosphamide as a chemotherapeutic agent, so it can damage the nearer cell towards toward the periphery. So आपने आपका मुरिया कोनेगी along with your cyclophosphamide दिया फिर रेडियोथेरेपी दिया, तो जो टॉक्सिसिटी लेवल है for the damaging of the cell can be suppressed by the herbal drug that I am going to explain over in my topic, and it can be performed by the means at the genetic level. We can done the chromosomal assay, then we have done the DNA assay as well as the micronuclei assay at the bone marrow of the femurs of the mice. So it is very interesting research in my level. So that's why I want to share my paper towards you all students. So this is all about our recent research in industrial pharmacology. So thank you. So this is I have one phrase that there is no letter which doesn't have a charm. That is there is no house which doesn't have a medicinal property. There is no person who is not able, but rare is the one who knows his and her proper applications. मीन्स ऐसा कोई भी शब्द नहीं है जिसका कोई अर्थ ना हो, और ऐसा कोई हर्ब नहीं है जिसकी कोई मेडिसिनल प्रॉपर्टी ना हो, और ऐसा कोई पर्सन नहीं है जो केपेबल या एबल ना हो, बट ओनली इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज द उसको अपनी एप्लीकेशन और मीन्स उसको अपनी वैल्यू पता हो. दैट इज द रेयर वन विच आई एम गोइंग टू. सो व्हाई दिस? बिकॉज herbs has its own medicinal property, have its own medicinal value, have its own level at the lab scale as well as the industrial scale. So that's why this is all about. Thank you so much.
Is anyone question from all the participants? Hello, am I audible? Is any question from participant? If you have question, then you can paste into the chat box also, and if you have a long question, then you can unmute your audio and you can ask directly to the speaker.
Hello, ma'am. I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Biomarkers is the reference standard, or it should be help for the standardization process?
It's a reference standard, sir, and it can already be prescribed in the means standard pharmacopoeial guidelines, and in as well as the WHO also given some standard biomarkers for the identification or the standardization of the quality control of the drug.
Ma'am, right now arsenic album is preferred
Homeopathic
for
drug.
homeopathic drugs. So
Yes.
many of the people are right now quarantine situation.
Yes.
So given the
Sir,
guidelines.
voice is not clear actually.
Hello, am I
Haan, sir.
audible?
Haan.
So Ayush Mantralaya has already said that arsenic album therapy can prevent the virus inside the body, or if the patient is in asymptomatic condition, then it can increase the immunity power. So as per my knowledge, I think arsenic album is preferred for the
respiratory diseases or many of the things. But how that album is going to be increase the immunity or whether it has been suitable for body or not.
Well, actually, arsenic album is a homeopathy. It is a prescribed medicine from homeopathic system of medicine by Ayush Ministry. Nowadays, people are using very much in demand. So it is the best immunomodulators for means to increase or boost your immunity in the homeopathic point of view. But actually, it's a tincture form, and it can be originated by the pharmacognosy procedure or
Yeah.
extract procedure, and we can prepare tincture by this method, the arsenic album. So so it's a having immune boosters.
Okay.
Any other question, please?
Participants, is anyone having question? Okay, I think no one is there. So we are coming to the ending session. I request all the participants to open your video source so that we can take one screenshot with the speaker. I request all the participants to unmute your, open your video source. Rukaya Mulani is going to ask one question. Please, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Rukaya Mulani.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I have one question. I'm a third year student, B Farm student,
Yes,
and
yes.
if I complete my M Farm in pharmacognosy, and after
Yes.
2 to 4 years, what will be the scope for my completing my M Farm in that?
After
What will be the scope
2 to 4 years.
after 3 to 4 years? Yeah.
Not don't wait 3 to 4 years because, my dear, there is a huge demand nowadays in pharmacognosy farm. So in various herbal industries as well as cosmetic industries, you can say in various research centers, most of the researchers are the pharmacognosy farm. They are means they can involved in the phytochemistry as well as the quality control of in the industrial departments. So I think there will be a huge scope so after completing your M.Pharm. Not you can don't wait for 2 to 3 years after M.Pharm.
Ma'am, because I'm currently in third year, so after
Yeah.
completing it take 3 years where I get completed my M Farm. So after
Yes,
completing my M Farm, I'm the asking. And
you
second
can
question.
you can
Yeah,
see
ma'am,
that
continue.
today's scenario that the diseases like COVID-19 or pandemics and
Yes, ma'am.
people are using the means Ayurvedic doses form very randomly, and Ayush has also prescribed so many herbs. So my guide also said that the Ayush Ministry, whatever the means herbs they have prescribed, that is the innovative research area for the researchers to conduct some research activities over that particular drug. So that is also the means big field for a pharmacognosist or herbalist.
Okay, ma'am.
And
Ma'am, second question.
yeah.
Second question is that if I mean, should I be stuck to herbal industry, or should I can switch my area such as regulatory affairs or medical writer? After
Regular
completing my
affairs and okay, regulatory affairs you are asking.
yeah, medical writer.
Medical transcriptions. Na? So these are the I mean, you get the chance after completing your M.Pharm by using pharmacology in various fields like regulatory affairs, that means IPR, law and act department, as well as there is no need. You can do some means professional courses along with your M.Pharm. So you can switch easily. But if you are a real pharmacognosist and you have done your real work in the I'm from. So it is means the today's scenario demand that you can work in the herbal industry और herbal cosmetics और phytoconstituents जो भी आपके हैं. अब herbal industry and Ayurvedic industry में भी difference होता है and cosmetic industry, so you can work on that. Various departments are available. R&D is there, production is there, QC quality control, IPR is there, means regulatory affairs department, R&D, F&D is there. So everywhere where if there will be a herbs, there will be a chemistry, phytochemistry part, you can get your involvement or you can get your means research or work with that companies.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, please?
Okay, coming with the ending session, if you close your screen so that the sir can share their screen.
Can I stop my PPT?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, ma'am.
Okay, I request Upadhyay sir to hand over the certificate to our today's speaker, Dr. Swati Deshmukh ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, please proceed. Upadhyay sir.
Yes, sir. Is it
Visible now? Yeah. Is it visible now? Yeah, sir. Is it visible? Proceed.
Yes, sir. Certificate is visible, no, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I request Sheila Thorat ma'am for today's session.
Thank you so much.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. On behalf of Sant Jnaneshwar Shikshan Sanstha and Nasib Dange College of Pharmacy, so I would like to thanks to Dr. Swati Deshmukh ma'am for making an excellent presentation and for giving an wonderful session. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to the Executive Director of Anna Saheb Dange College of Pharmacy, Professor R.A. Kanai sir, and respected Principal sir, Dr. R.B. Zadav sir, and Vice Principal Rajesh Jagtap sir, and finally Professor Sachin Sajne sir for giving permission to organizing this webinar session. Finally, thanks once again, Dr. Swati Deshmukh ma'am, for sparing your wonderful and valuable time with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you so much.
participants are requested that please open your video source so that we can take one picture with speaker. Or sir, please take one picture.
Yes,
All
sir.
are unmuted their video.
Second year.
I hope it's done, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you for sharing your valuable words.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
madam.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you so much, sir.
In future, you
hope-
also guide about research for students.
Definitely. And
Thank you.
students are my interesting area for research. So I am happy if any student is contributing their ideas with me during research. So I am very happy and gladly invite all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.